awareness.
We are just having great conversations this morning. We've got Dr. Lepre. He's in this morning for our Better Health segment. We are moving on to part 2 as we wrap up here, Mental Health Awareness Month. Super important discussion. We left off here. Let's talk about serious mental illness is rare in children. True or false?
Well, that is false. In fact, it's pretty common. About 13% of children will have a serious mental illness any given year. And for children, we're saying ages 8 to 15,
right,
basically. It's important to add here, too, that suicide is the second leading cause of death in children or adolescents 12 to 24.
Which is so incredibly sad. And I'm sure, I feel like we're finding today that has become heightened, right, with outside influence and resources and just, yes, sad to see, but hopefully we can bring that back down. Let's move on to number 5 here. SMI affects men and women differently. William.
No, it's a great one. It is more common in women, 7%, compared to men, 4%. Pretty close, but there is a statistical difference.
Okay.
So when you look at this closer, what I found interesting is you look at functional studies, PET scanning,
right,
and the female brain lights up different areas than the men. So there's true functional differences in the brain of serious mental illness between females and males.
That is very,
a lot to digest.
It is. No, I'm taking it all in because it's true. It's interesting and info that we need to know. So as we wrap things up here, what about, this is interesting, the reaction to medication for men and women. It's a big one.
Very good point. Yeah. So we know that certain groups are refractory to medicine. They just don't react. And we're able to look at the functional studies and sort of develop that class that will not react to classic antipsychotics or other medications, yes.
And then for that, there would just be other behavioral, cognitive ways to kind of combat that, right?
Still first-line therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Right.
Excellent stuff.
I like it. Okay, and as we close things out here, what do you have for us?
Serious mental illness affects 14 million adults every year. Sadly, less than half get the treatment they need. And by doing this, I hope we're creating awareness and we'll improve the outlook.
It's so incredibly important, and before we wrap here, if you just want to add how important it is to get that help, right?
Oh, absolutely, and it's available.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest criticism is lack of access, but we do pretty good in Lafayette.
Yes, we do. Well, listen, we appreciate you being here. We're going to send it to Adam with the weather.